Now we are designing another antenna which is known as dipole. It's a very well known antenna for layman. So again, start with CST Studio. We have to click on new templates, then select microwave RF optical, click on antenna, next. Now earlier we designed patch type of antenna, that's why we select planar type of template. Now today we design dipole antenna. Dipole antenna is one of the type of wire type of antenna, that's why we select wire template here. Next, again select time domain analysis, next. The dimensions are maintained as it is in mm, the frequency is selected as megahertz, and remaining parameters is set as it is. Next, we will set the frequency range later on. Next, just label this template as you wish. I am labeling it wire underscore SSK finish. Okay, now the template has been created here. Okay, now our task is to design a dipole type of antenna. For that we have to create some variables. For example, first we have to define the frequency. Say we have to design the antenna for 200 megahertz. So type here f, then in expression 200 E6. E6 indicates that it's a 10 to the power 6. Okay. Now in description write down frequency. Okay, frequency has been defined here in the parametric list. Then you have to define C0. C0 we know, speed of light. As we select here unit as a mm, so you have to mention the speed of light in mm. Normally we write down speed of light that is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. 3 e 10 to the power 8 meter per second. But we have to convert this meter per second into millimeter per second. So multiply this value by 1000, means this power becomes 11. Okay. Now next variable is to find out the value of lambda. We know the formula for lambda, that is equals to C0 by f. Calculate the value of lambda here. You can also define the type of variable. F is the frequency type of variable and this lambda is the length. Now today we design lambda by 2 dipole, so the length of dipole, that is equals to lambda by 2. Okay. Now next is radius of dipole. For that we will mention here the variable r. Radius of thin wire dipole is 0.001 multiplied by lambda. 0.001 multiplied by lambda. If we chosen the thick wire dipole antenna, in this case the radius is 0.01 into lambda. Okay. Normally the dipoles are thin wire antennas, so most of the cases we select the value of r equals to 0.001 into lambda. Now this L shows the complete composite structure, okay, which is started from -z to +z. Okay, normally we design the dipole type of antenna along the z axis. it starts from minus z to plus z. So we divide the length into two parts, lower part 0 to minus L by 2 and upper part 0 to plus L by 2. Now we have to feed the dipole antenna at the center. So to provide a source at the center, we must have to create a small gap at the center. Otherwise, what happens? The source becomes shortened. So to create the gap, we have to define the parameters for gap. G equals to, normally we chosen this length of gap, that is equals to L by 200. Now all these parameters are defined as a length, radius is also length. All parameters has been defined here, right from frequency to gap length. Then click on modeling. To design a dipole, we have to select this circular cylinder. Click on this down arrow. We got two options, circular or elliptical cylinder. We have to select circular cylinder. Press escape button. Label dipole. The outer radius of dipole is r and inner radius is kept as a 0 because it's not a hollow structure, it's a solid structure. As we design antenna along the z-axis, so that the orientation is keep it as along the z-axis. So we have to define the parameters along the z-axis. The antenna starts from minus L by 2 to plus L by 2, means total length of our antenna becomes L. Select material PEC, click on preview, then OK, reset view, OK, click on this view button, remove this working plane and remove this bounding box. Okay, now next is just check whether the dipole is generated or not. Click on this plus button of component. A dipole is generated there. Okay, now we have to subtract a small portion from at the center of this dipole to provide a source. So again click on modeling, click on circular cylinder, escape, label it as a gap. Outer radius remain as it is r, inner 0. The dimension of gap, that is started from minus g by 2 to plus g by 2, and the material we have to choose in here vacuum, because that much portion of dipole we have to remove. Okay, so click on preview, then click on OK. Remain, check on none. Okay, so we have to remove this gap from this dipole. For that, we have to first select the dipole, click on down arrow of this boolean. A subtract option is there, select that subtract option, then select which portion we have to remove from the dipole. Click on gap and press enter. If we zoom this portion, we seen that a gap is created there. So next step is to provide a source or provide a port in between these two faces across the gap. For that we have to select face center. So click on pick point, down arrow, then pick circle center option is there. Click on this, then click on this circle. When we choose the circle, a portion is highlighted by red line. So double click on this, the first point that has been selected, which is mentioned here. Then click on rotate assembly, active rotate mode. So rotate this assembly. Okay, so again click on pick point, pick a circle, choose this circle. So another point is selected here, that is P2. This one is P1, this one is P2. 2 points has been selected here. Okay, now after that go to simulation, click on this discrete port. As we already selected the point, the discrete port is connected between these 2 points. The dimensions here, the dimensions is chosen automatically. Okay, normally the dipole of the impedance of dipole is 72 to 73 ohms. We select here the port impedance as the 72 ohms. Then click on apply, click on OK. The port is created here, the structure is also created here. Now our next step is to define the frequency. As we have to design an antenna for 200 megahertz, so we have to select the range accordingly. 200 means we start it from 170 megahertz to 210 megahertz. Okay, file, then click on file, save as. We have to save the geometry by dipole, click on save option. Okay, now next step is to start simulation. It will require some time, maybe few minutes. I already simulated the antenna having same dimensions. After simulation we got the result in this way. The resonance frequency is at 188.48 megahertz. As the resonance frequency is shifted from 200 to 188, because the dimensions are reduced by an amount of g. The dimensions of dipole is reduced by amount of the length g, because that much amount of gap is created at the center. So the overall dimensions of antenna is reduced by that gap. That effect of that gap, because of the effect of that gap, results are somewhat shifted towards the lower side. So to check the result, we click on the axis marker, then click on axis marker, set it to the move to minimum. Then we have to check another parameters at this point, that is VSWR. Normally the value of VSWR that should be lies between, for acceptable range, that should be lies between 1 to 2. The value of VSWR is very closer to 1 here, which is good one. Then click on Z. Normally the dB is selected, so we have to click on linear value, because impedance can be observed in normal value. So after clicking on linear, we found that the impedance of our dipole antenna is 71.73, which is very close to 72. That's why we set the impedance of our dipole antenna at 72 ohms. Now next step is to apply a field monitors here. Click on field monitors. The resonance frequency we have to select it here, 188.48. Apply H field and surface current. Then apply far field and RCS. You can apply all of these field monitors. but these are the two very important field monitors. So we can apply surface current, H field and far field. So click on OK. These two field monitors that has been applied here, far field and H field. Okay. After applying field monitors, again we have to click on start simulation. So in this way we can design. So number of mesh atoms that has been checked here. Okay. Remaining 1D results are there, which consist of power. So you can check the power. This blue line indicates that much amount of power is given to the antenna, means power simulated, and this red line indicates that much amount of power is accepted by antenna out of this simulated range, and the green line indicates that the power at the output port. So our simulation is completed here. So we can check 2D and 3D parameters. So click on 2D. First click on H field. We can observe the H field which has been generated by the dipole antenna. If we click on this animation, the field is continuously animated there as shown in the figure. The magnetic field generated by the antenna is shown here. If we click on surface current, first of all we zoom this diagram so that we can find out. So how the current varies, that we have to check here. Okay, and our next interest is to find out the value of gain of antenna. So I click on far field at f equals to, so resize the window. Okay, the gain of our lambda by 2 dipole is 2.22. Sorry, it's a directivity. Gain is again same here. Okay, now this is the 3D view, just like as a donut shape of radiation pattern. We can move this and check the actual radiation pattern of our antenna. It's a donut shape. We can also view the 2D radiation pattern by clicking on the polar plot. This is a value of 2D radiation pattern of constant phi, means it's a side cut. It's a side cut of our radiation pattern. Okay, in this way the variation of radiation pattern with respect to theta we observed here, while the phi angle is constant at 90 degree. You can change the value of phi angle also. Okay, this is the value of phi equals to 0. You can change it to 180. You can select any value of phi. You can select any value of phi up to 360, 0 to 360, in the range of 0 to 360. If we want to check the top view, means we have to check the variation of field with respect to theta. Click on this constant theta. Okay, so select 90. Okay, From top view we can find that the radiation pattern is look like this. Okay, from side view it look like as a 8 shape radiation pattern. Okay, in this way we can simulate the dipole type of antenna. Thank you very much. If you like this video, then subscribe my channel. It's a free.